I'm glad that we took the time the other day to do the progress exam because after going over everything, the results are really good. But before we talk about where we need to go, I just want to talk about do you remember how you were when you first came in? You know, you're coming in with pretty terrible headaches, and since that time, you've told me that your headaches have almost decreased by half, and that they don't stop you from being able to do your normal amount of work. So that's awesome, isn't it? I mean, and you and I can both agree that chiropractic works, so aren't you glad? I mean, I'm glad that you came in. So what I would like to do is just talk about, you know, what is your percentage then of improvement? I would say that after going through your results, that you're about at 70% of your improvement. So what does that mean? This means that your condition, although much improved, is not yet stabilized. It's very unstable. And the chances of it going back, we don't want to do any wrong lift or wrong move and for it to have to go back. So we need to stabilize yet. And so that's why I would like to take some time to just go through what is my plan then for stabilization. And what I laid out in your plan initially was that you were going to come in for 3 weeks at 3 times, which we did. And now I'd like to stabilize, which is another 3 weeks at only twice a week. So we're going to talk about, you know, why this is essential to your care. And I'm going to use a little example of GPS or navigation system in your car. Do you have one? Or I'm sure you've used one. I have one. And I know that when I turn it on when I have to go somewhere that I don't know where I'm going. And I turn it on and I follow the directions. Have you ever been somewhere where you're kind of familiar with where you're going and you start to think, oh, I know where I'm going. I'm just going to turn this off. I think if I take this turn, it's going to go a lot quicker. I'm pretty sure of where I'm going. And then all of a sudden, the GPS is yelling at you saying, oh, recalculating, wrong turn, make a U-turn, illegal U-turn. And it's trying to get you back on track. That's what happens with us. And all of a sudden, you're lost. And the same thing can happen with your care. You know, you're starting to feel better, and it's easy for you to follow your own directions, downing the directions that were given to you by us. And I want to remind you not to do it. You know, your destination of health is to get you to wellness, and we've laid out a map for you. So we know how to get you there. So we do know that this is an essential plan towards getting you to wellness, but that this takes some time. So I'm going to turn over to the back here, and this talks about, you know, using a couple examples, like the gym. Wouldn't it be great if you could go to the gym for 1 week and come out and look like an Olympian, right? We all wish that we could go to the gym and have instant muscles. But we look in the mirror after one visit and thought that we saw bigger muscles, right? Sometimes that happens, like, oh, you know, I worked out once, look at me. Well, that just doesn't happen. You know, as we know, to get really good results, it takes some time. Also, wouldn't it be great if you could go on a diet, especially around the holidays, and lose all the weight you want, right? Just once again, all of us, you know, we have to cut back for more than one meal to see these effects. So again, you know, it doesn't take one meal, it takes several, and it takes some time. And how about orthodontists? I mean, if you've ever had braces, or you know somebody with braces, you get your braces on, and you don't keep them on for just 1 week. The dentist wants them on for a long time, several years. And why is that? Because it takes time. So even if they could move your teeth more quickly, and they took them off, they would go right back to where they were used to. And they're not in a stabilized position. So again, orthodontic work, to get your teeth straight takes time. So your health and your wellness is a process, and your spine has been misaligned for a long time. And so now your body considers the misalignment. It was considering it as normal. And it will take time to retrain your body and your spine to remember where it needs to go and to establish that new normal. So it takes time to develop this proper muscle memory, and we can guarantee that you are on the right road, but you are not there yet. And it takes time. Even though you have no pain, you are not an Olympian just yet. Keep following the directions that we gave, and just know that we will get you there. but that it does take time, and that we're excited to have you on care, and I'm excited for you to be stabilized so that we can get you closer to wellness. Does that all make sense to you? Do you have any questions? Great. Well, let's go ahead and get you adjusted today.